I'm here in Karbala, Iraq with Mr. Turab Nazar, and this is my second trip here to visit Mr. Nazar. And we have worked together to raise funds as well as collect medications for an orphanage that Mr. Turab runs. Can you tell us a few words about what work you're doing here in Karbala?
Okay, well, thank you for giving me the opportunity to expose to your audience there. And hello, everybody. I'm Turab Nazar, as brother just said, and I came here in 2013, and I walked from Najaf to Karbala, which is about 90 kilometers, and that pretty much changed my whole perspective and gave me basically a lot of energy and to put that energy into something for others, to give basically. And I came back in 2014 again and decided to basically kind of semi-settle there. I spend 80% of my time here, 20% in the USA. I'm from California.
California, that's right.
California.
I had the pleasure of visiting you in San Francisco.
Yes, indeed, it was a pleasure.
It was a beautiful home, yes, and you have a beautiful home and a beautiful family, and the food was amazing.
Well, that's very kind of you. Well, then basically, I decided to come and stay here and serve the community, especially the orphans. Actually, only the orphans here, because of several wars and several calamities that Iraq went through, and especially in Karbala and Najaf, where my saints are buried here, and that's my basically another incentive to be here. So, anyways, I joined this orphanage. It's run by a group of 4 brothers and a sister. It's an NGO registered in Iraq, and they have a housing complex which consists of 52 units, and right now there are about 35 families here and close to 60 orphans and some destitute families. They're not orphans, but they're really in need of help. So we do, take them, and if they're really on the streets and really in bad shape. But mostly it's focused on orphans. So I'm here. My personal passion and focus is on 2 things: that's education and health, which is really badly needed in Iraq in general, and in the cities that I tour and work in particular, which is Karbala, Najaf, and nearby cities. So that's what I've been doing, and I've been meeting people, gentle-hearted gentlemen, friends like Mr. Bimani, and I'm really fortunate to have developed this friendship and this working rapport with each other, and I'm really blessed. I consider myself blessed that I have so many friends like him. Alhamdulillah, and it's great. What you see here is just a sample of what people bring. Every person, pretty much, that I know or I ask for, bring medication, bring equipment. By the way, we have 2 clinics. One has a dental unit, and pretty soon it will have optometry unit, and 2 pharmacies. Small size, but we are doing okay. We're doing okay. We're trying to serve the best we can with all the resources, all the funds, all the medicine we can get. It's not easy to just ship things from outside to us, especially from the west to Iraq. So we have to rely on personal, friends and the visitors who come for ziyarat or ziyarat of Imam Hussein alayhi salam in Karbala, or Imam Ali alayhi salam in Najaf, Iraq. Most of them. and they do bring whatever they can in terms of weight or money or anything, you know. So I just want to thank you guys, brother. You know, Mansur has been telling me about how he approaches our brothers in different communities and ethnic groups and religious groups and everything, and how what kind of response he gets. And it is really heartwarming that orphan anywhere is orphan. Orphan of any religion is an orphan. So to reaching out to orphans anywhere, any ethnic background or any age, you know, I mean, I can go on. It's just basically, bottom line is that it's really, you know, to be nice to orphans, to say the least, you know.
So, Mr. Turab, what age did you start this philanthropic work? How old were you when you started this humanitarian work?
Well, now you're forcing me to, you know, disclose my age. Oh, well.
It's an amazing story for Mr. Turab to begin this at this age, but he'll tell us.
Yeah, but as I said in 2013, I was born in 1953. So I'll let you do the math. I don't want to go into numbers. So,
needless to say, like, Mr. Nazar is retired from his regular job. He was in computer field,
right.
And after that, this has been his passion. So he continues to keep himself busy. The big sort of need that he has, which I have identified in coming here, is money, equipment, and medication. Those are the three things that we've been focusing on, and more important than money is actually getting and sourcing out equipment for the clinics, especially the medical kits, slit lamps for eye exams, blood sugar detecting equipment and monitoring equipment like glucometers, and I was able to bring a small sample of things here for the clinics. It is my goal that one of these days to actually come for longer and work in the clinic.
That'll be just so great. Absolutely. I'm more than happy to welcome you, of course.
And of course, other professionals are welcome to come and spend some time here, 2 weeks. Brother Turab can arrange accommodation for professionals in optometry, opticianry, pediatrics, general practice, just to monitor the health of the orphans as well as their immediate family that's
especially
still
the
alive.
mothers who are really, the literacy level here is really scaringly low. So mothers, you know, they need all the help they can get in terms of health education, you know, taking care of hygiene basically, and you know, talking about the needs, the professional needs. We would appreciate somebody in IT if they can come and spend a week with us. We will take care of their, you know, needs here in Karbala. But if they can, because we just opened a school on 5th of October, and we have laptops and Chromebooks and all that stuff, but we need a proper setup to in an environment where kids of first, second, third grade can learn and explore themselves, the skills, the computer skills basically. And you know, so I'm sure IT person would know better how to set it up than me. I'm not an IT guy, but I worked as a program manager in Hewlett Packard, but I have nothing to do with IT because he mentioned computers. So
for me, computers is one thing.
Exactly. So I need to be, you know, I needed to be specific, basically.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah,
anything?
thank you very much. I mean, this is
appreciate it.
thank you for giving us the honor to help out and give something back when we visit here and bring medications, equipment, funds, whatever we can collect from our resources. We're happy to provide, and we'll attach some clips from the orphanage around.
Sure.
Right now, we're sitting in the main conference room, and then there are other sort of accommodations where the children stay, and there's clinics, and there's a administration office. There's a security guard who keeps the area safe. He welcomed me in today, and it was an adventure for me to find a taxi in Karbala in Iraq to
And the
get here
place.
and the place. And well, we found a really nice taxi driver after the first few were. The first few were a little bit difficult to deal with, but the third one got me here.
That's what matters.
That's what
We are
matters.
here
Yeah,
now.
yeah. So we'll
Then
continue
again-
to work. We'll continue to do the work and continue to help in whichever way we can. And we're going to go through all these medications and see which ones are more needed than the others, and continue to ask our fundraisers to help with the medications and the equipment.
Perfect. I would like to take this opportunity to thank you for taking the time and putting the efforts to give us exposure, basically outside of Iraq, and doing what you have been doing for last 2 years. Not just yourself, but you're taking our message to the outside world.
Yes, yes.
And that really helps. It's just networking, marketing. That's what it is.
Yes, we have to do this.
We
work.
have to do
Yeah.
this,
This is great. This is humanitarian work.
Exactly.
We all belong to the same planet, and we all belong to the same human race. I will attach
Absolutely.
the website for the organization at the end, and my contact will be there, and we can continue to work together to do these projects here in Iraq. Thank you, brother.
Perfect.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
very
I appreciate it.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Bye bye, guys.
I'm here in the orphanage that we were just talking about with Brother Turab Nazar. As you can see, there's a few kids here in the background interacting with Brother Turab. The compound here is quite big, with several sort of rooms for these kids, many of whom are orphaned. And over there at the back is a clinic area where they have full clinics for these kids. This is where we actually took the medications to, and that would be right in here. There is a full dental clinic, as well as a medical clinic and a pediatric clinic and an eye care center here in the orphanage. This project has been around for a few years. Their main need is, of course, money and equipment for their medical clinics, and also people to work in the clinics as well. I have two little girls here who just recently joined the orphanage, and I'm going to introduce you to them, these two little girls. Ma ismuk?
Rayhan.
This little one is called Rayhana. And what's your name?
Mariam.
Mariam. These two little girls have just joined the orphanage. I am not sure what the background to their story is, or what exactly happened, but they are quite new here, and are currently being looked after by Brother Turab, who we met earlier. And this young man here, Ma ismuk?
Murtada.
His name is Murtada, and he has been also recently taken in by this orphanage. There's a few kids around here today. A lot of them are away on trips and things like that. But as you can see at the back is where a lot of their accommodation is. Over here you'll see a couple of the older girls walking by. They are more reserved in terms of speaking to us in front of a camera. But here are a couple of little ones that I had the pleasure of meeting. Shukran. Over here I have Kausar, and over there I have Zainab, who are also kids here in the orphanage. Walking down the compound, I can hear a few other kids playing in the background. Brother Turab is also here doing a lot of his work. He has a couple of pets here as well, a couple of pigeons, are they? Are they pigeons? Yeah. And you went to feed them?
Yeah, whenever they see this, fly over me.
Because they know you're doing such good work here, right? And you're doing an extension at the back.
Yes, that's almost.
Yes.
Now I need furnishing and all that stuff.
So over back there is where the extension is being built, and there are other living quarters here in this property. The property is quite huge, Brother Turab, isn't it? It's quite huge property.
Yes, it's about 47,000 square
Yeah, yeah.
meters.
And what's the maximum number of kids you've had here at one time?
About 75.
75. Yeah, mashallah. That's amazing work that you're doing.
Right now it's about 40.
40 kids
So
here.
as soon as they find some help outside our NGO, just move on with their lives, It is good,
But there's still
Happy to
quite
see
a
that.
few running around, and
Yeah.
you get them to the point where they can get help and continue living in the
Exactly,
community
exactly.
out of this setting. Yeah,
Exactly.
and then
So-
move on to more
Absolutely.
supported things in the future. Thanks very much. Thank you for showing us around.
Anytime.
So here we are again, walking through the courtyard of the Al Ekta Foundation Orphanage, which we've been supporting over the last couple of years. And again, we hope to continue supporting their initiatives and their work. Again, a great pleasure to be here today, here in Iraq. Thanks very much. Bye.